In the vast, sun-drenched landscapes of Africa, a remarkable creature roams. It is an animal that carries the spirit of the ancient plains in its very bones. This is the African wild dog, a flash of mottled colour and boundless energy. It is a predator of extraordinary skill and profound social complexity. To witness a pack on the move is to see cooperation elevated to an art form, a living, breathing testament to the power of community. They are not like the lions or leopards who often rely on solitary strength. Instead, their success is woven from the threads of unity, a lesson from which we too could learn a great deal. They are ghosts of the grassland, often misunderstood and for too long persecuted. Their scientific name, Lycaon pictus, hints at their beauty, translating to painted wolf. This name is a far more fitting description than the simple wild dog, for it captures the unique, almost artistic pattern of their coats. Each individual is a masterpiece, a unique combination of black, gold and white. They are the fleeting artists of the savannah, disappearing into the heat haze as quickly as they appear. Their presence is a vital sign of a healthy ecosystem, a delicate balance that is now under threat. Imagine the scene. The air is still. The afternoon heat hangs heavy over the plains. Suddenly, from the shimmering distance, a pack emerges. They move with a fluid, loping gait, covering immense distances with an efficiency that is simply breathtaking. There is an air of excitement, a palpable energy that ripples through the group. It is the moments before the hunt, a display of social bonding and democratic decision-making that is unlike almost anything else in the animal kingdom. To observe them is a privilege, a window into a world of instinct, intelligence, and incredible endurance. The African wild dog is a masterclass in evolutionary design, an animal perfectly sculpted for its role as a cooperative persistence hunter. Their entire anatomy speaks of endurance. The long, slender legs are powered by lean muscle, allowing for that characteristic tireless lope that can cover vast swathes of savanna. Unlike sprinters such as the cheetah, who rely on explosive power, the wild dog's strategy is one of attrition. They can maintain speeds of over 35 miles per hour for several miles, a feat of stamina that few other predators or prey animals can match. This allows them to pursue their target until it is simply too exhausted to continue. Their cardiovascular system is a marvel. A relatively large heart and incredibly efficient lungs work in concert to supply oxygen to their hard-working muscles during these prolonged chases. This physiological adaptation is the engine that drives their success. It means that while their prey, perhaps a fleet-footed impala or a powerful wildebeest, might have the initial advantage of speed, the pack has the ultimate advantage of endurance. The hunt becomes a battle of wills and physiology, and more often than not, the wild dog's superior stamina wins the day. Beyond their legs and lungs, their jaws are formidable tools. Though their skulls are shorter and broader than those of wolves, they are equipped with specialized teeth. The premolars are larger and more blade-like than in other canids, perfectly adapted for shearing through meat and bone with great efficiency. This allows the pack to consume a carcass with remarkable speed, a crucial advantage in an environment teeming with competitors like hyenas and lions, who are always ready to steal a hard-won meal. Speed is not just for the chase, it is for survival after the hunt is over. Even their social vocalizations are a form of adaptation. The high-pitched twittering sounds, known as hoos, are unique to their species. These calls allow members of the pack to stay in contact over long distances, even in dense bush or during the disorienting chaos of a hunt. It is a private communication channel, a way of coordinating their movements and rallying the pack without alerting every other predator in the vicinity. The social dynamics of an African wild dog pack are among the most fascinating in the entire animal kingdom. Nowhere is this more apparent than in the moments leading up to a hunt. They do not have a single despotic leader who dictates the pack's every move. Instead, they appear to engage in a remarkable form of democracy. Before a hunt, the pack partakes in an energetic pre-hunt rally. This involves intense socializing, greeting each other, wagging their tails, touching noses. It is a ceremony that reinforces bonds and builds a collective, unified excitement for the task ahead. At the very heart of the African wild dog's existence is the pack. This is not merely a group of animals hunting together for convenience, it is a deeply integrated family unit. A typical pack is led by a dominant breeding pair, often referred to as the alpha pair. In a remarkable display of social structure, this pair is usually the only one within the pack to produce pups each year. Now, this might seem restrictive, but it serves a vital purpose. It focuses the entire pack's energy and resources on raising a single healthy litter, maximizing the chances of survival for the next generation in a harsh and unforgiving world. The bonds that hold a pack together are incredibly strong. Unlike many other social predators where infighting and rivalry are common, wild dog packs are characterized by a profound sense of altruism and care. When a member is injured or too old to hunt, it is not left behind to perish. The other members of the pack will actively bring food back for it, regurgitating meat to ensure the sick elderly are fed. This level of care for the infirm is exceptionally rare in the wild and speaks to the depth of their social connections. Every member is valued. This cooperative spirit extends to all aspects of their lives. After a successful hunt, there is very little squabbling over the kill. The pups are always allowed to eat first, a crucial investment in the future of the pack. The adults will stand back and guard the carcass, ensuring the youngest, most vulnerable members get their fill before the others eat. This pups first rule is a golden rule of wild dog society and is a key reason why they are such successful breeders when conditions are right. The survival of the pack as a whole is prioritized above the immediate hunger of any single individual. The social hierarchy within the pack is generally stable, maintained through posture-ritualized behaviors rather than outright aggression. Submissive gestures are common, preventing conflicts that could otherwise weaken the group. This peaceful coexistence is vital for a species that relies so heavily on numbers and teamwork. A pack is a superorganism, with each dog acting as a vital component of the whole. Their interdependence is their greatest strength, a beautiful and effective strategy for survival that has allowed them to thrive for millennia. African wild dogs are the great travelers of the African plains. They are not territorial in the same way as lions, which may defend a fixed area for generations. Instead, wild dogs are nomadic, with vast home ranges that can cover hundreds of square kilometers or even thousands of square kilometers. This life on the move is dictated by the availability of their prey and the need to avoid larger, more dominant predators. They are in a constant state of flux, following the herds and seeking out new opportunities in an ever-changing landscape. A pack might remain in one area for a few weeks or months, especially when raising pups, but they will inevitably move on. This nomadic lifestyle requires extraordinary navigational skills and a deep, instinctual understanding of their environment. They seem to possess a mental map of their enormous home ranges, remembering the locations of water sources and areas where prey is likely to congregate at different times of the year. This constant movement also helps to prevent the overhunting of prey in any one location, making their presence a more sustainable form of predation. They are a force of nature that flows across the land rather than dominating a single part of it. Their ability to cover ground is simply astounding. A pack can easily travel 30 miles in a single day, loping along with that deceptively effortless gait. This relentless movement is also a key defensive strategy. By constantly shifting their location, they make it harder for their main competitors, lions and spotted hyenas, to track them. Lions, in particular, are a significant threat and will kill wild dogs and their pups given the chance. By staying on the move, wild dogs minimize these dangerous encounters and increase their chances of survival. This wandering existence has profound implications for their conservation. Despite their incredible intelligence, social complexity, hunting prowess, African wild dogs are one of the most endangered carnivores on the continent. Their populations have plummeted over the last century, and they have vanished from much of their former range. They are the true underdogs of the African savanna, pushed to the very brink of extinction. Today, fewer than 7,000 remain in the wild, scattered across a handful of countries in southern Eastern Africa. One of the greatest threats is habitat loss and fragmentation. Human populations expand, open landscapes are converted into farmland settlements. Their world shrinks and breaks into isolated pockets. Packs can't move freely. Genetic isolation rises, local extinctions become more likely. Fences, roads, villages become insurmountable barriers, trapping packs in areas too small to survive long term. For centuries, they've faced direct persecution by humans. Mistaken as threats to livestock, they are hunted, poisoned, and snared. This persecution is born of misunderstanding. Wild dogs prefer wild prey and avoid livestock. Still, their reputation as killers persists. They're highly susceptible to disease, like canine distemper rabies, often passed from domestic dogs near protected areas. The name painted wolf is no mere poetic flourish. It is a wonderfully accurate description of this animal's striking appearance. No two African wild dogs are exactly alike. Their short coats are a chaotic, beautiful mosaic of black, tan, yellow, white patches. This pattern is as unique to each dog as a fingerprint is to a human. It's a constant source of wonder for long-time observers. This distinctive coat provides superb camouflage in the dappled light of the African bush, breaking up their outline as they stalk through the tall grasses and scrubland. Their physical form is built for relentless pursuit. Lean, athletic build, long legs that seem to go on forever. Not for short bursts of speed like a cheetah, but for incredible stamina. They can chase for miles, wearing prey down, large, rounded ears, almost like satellite dishes, constantly swiveling. Ears pinpoint faint sounds of prey and signal mood and intent across the pack. Look closely, and you see differences from domestic canines. Faces framed by enormous ears, muzzles dark and powerful. 4 toes on each foot, not 5. A subtle adaptation for long-distance running. Tails long, white-tipped, held high like banners in a chase. The white tip acts as a flag, so pack members can follow in the chaos. Painted wolf separates them from feral domestic dogs, whom they've been confused with to their detriment. They are not wolves, nor ordinary dogs.